Hi Taurus, this is Kay. You're on the Collective Soul Tarot channel. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to your reading. Let's begin. Let's find out what Archangel Michael would like you to know today. What would Archangel Michael like you to know today? I sure hope you're doing well, and please like and subscribe. Let's find out. We have patience. Patience is your virtue now. You are almost there. Keep sowing seeds of love. That's beautiful. Taurus, patience. I think you're a patient kind of sign, aren't you? Like you take your time, you know, when it comes to making decisions and stuff like that. You just don't go haphazardly or impulsively into making decisions about anything in particular. So let's find out more. Archangel Michael, what does the Major Arcana want to say? The Hierophant. Okay, patience does breed wisdom. Definitely. Patience and wisdom go hand in hand. Let's get some clarification from the tarot. This one's sticking out. Let's take it. The World. The snake's got the world by the egg. Yeah, wow. The World. Very cool. Let's get the Lenormand. Let's see this one here. It's the house, number 4. That's building a foundation. That's structure, that's stability, that's security. A house. That's how you see yourself, okay? The house is generally how we see ourselves, how we perceive ourselves. The house energy. So you may be standing strong. You may have a lot of wisdom behind you, like because you've been around for a while. Let's just say you're not a young'un, like in your 20s or whatever. You could be a prodigal 20-year-old who is wiser beyond your years. But generally, this would be somebody, you know, midlife and older. Okay, so we're looking at somebody who has a whole lot of stability, security, feeling safe, feeling sound, feeling grounded. You're building a foundation of peace and happiness, peace and love. It says keep sowing seeds of love. So you have a garden, and there's a garden around your house. So keep, oh, and this one here, by the way, is there's a heart here. So it's like the King of Hearts, which is like the King of Cups. Keep sowing seeds of love. King of Cups. It's all about love. Very, very emotionally balanced, the King of Cups, as is the Queen of Cups. But emotionally balanced and loving life dearly. Pardon me, my stomach is growling. I hope you guys can't hear that. I can. Okay. I ate not long ago, so it shouldn't be. Let's find out what tarot has to say. Because there's a chapter in your life that's come to an end, and I think it's a chapter of the opposite of being patient, of being afraid. Afraid and anxious. Afraid and anxious. Because we generally start out in life kind of like that, unless, like I said, you're a prodigal and you're wiser beyond your years. But if you're not the young person who's the prodigal, you are an older individual, you know, late 30s, 40s, and up. You're being able to actually sow the seeds of patience and love now because you've weathered many storms. Death, yeah. You've weathered many storms. So the divine is coming in here and saying, you know, all that's coming to an end. You got the World here with the death right beside it, the Hierophant. So your new structure now, because you are going to be or are already developing the quality of patience. Patience is a virtue, right? You are, when you look at something, you look at things differently now. You don't get so unnerved about any kind of ruffle. It was where it was before, like this, up and down, really happy, and then, oh, something's happened, I'm like really angry or sad or upset, whatever, and then really happy and giddy and, up and down like that, the emotional roller coaster. You've been doing whatever you've been doing, Taurus, and it's like, it's helped you find the middle road. It's helped you find the middle road where you are, not reacting in such big ways to anything, whether it's a very happy occasion or it's a very, it's something that is like, whether it's something that is drastically negative to you, or even just someone has maybe looked at you the wrong way and it got your back up, your feathers ruffled. Whereas there's a time that could have happened, someone might have said something, maybe someone stepped in line ahead of you and they didn't, in your mind didn't have the right to do that, and perhaps they didn't, but they did anyways. Cut you off in traffic, if anything that would make you feel like saying, you blah, 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 right? You're such a blah, blah, blah. And that's coming from a heart that has stones in it because of the pain and the wounds from the past. Maybe other people have said that about you, or just whatever your life was like up until this point in time, where you've been weathering the storm of life with being around people who are overindulged, indolent, and just out for themselves, eye for eye, that kind of thing. And you might have been in that energy because you felt like that was the only way to defend yourself and your life, what you have, to keep everything intact. So it's, we do things to be able to cope with other people and situations. We cope. We have to cope, even if it's right in your own house. You've got your sanctuary. It's supposed to be somewhere where you can go in, shut the door, and shut the world out, and just let your hair down and relax and enjoy your life. But you might have kids or adults or anyone else in your house that is being very, being quite, like I said, indulgent, indolent, and disrespectful and irresponsible. And it could be that it is what all these situations that are going on where it's friction, chaos in relationships, it's all about figuring out how to cultivate, sowing the seeds of love, right? How to cultivate that kind of energy of patience. Because when you sow a seed, you have to be patient, right? You have to be patient to let it do its thing. It's got to grow its own roots. You just have to make sure it's got enough light, water, and nutrition, right? And support. So you are you're in that energy, or you're coming into it right away, that you are finding a lot more acceptance, which is patience. Tolerance, which is patience. You're finding a lot more ways to accept and tolerate people, the way that they're showing up for you in your life right now, or you have been, and as a result of being in the acceptance energy, you have actually been able to heal relationships, or those people have either moved out because they're getting on with their life, like if they're kids, whatever. They're going to school and they're going to be facing their own hard knocks, right? Their own life's lessons, like college or university, or the person that you're romantically attached to, maybe you separated because they were just being too indignant and whatever. But those people taught you how to go within and say, you know what? I'm so aggravated, so angry right now, and I don't want to feel like this, and it really makes me angry just to feel angry. I'm angry that I have to be angry. And you said, I don't want to feel like this anymore. And so what can I do about this? I can't just walk away from everybody in my life who makes me angry. you know, or makes me cry, that kind of thing. So you found a way, Taurus, to be able to be in this world, but be kind of above it, like being on the top of the mountain, gaining the wisdom and the peace that you need when you're in isolation or retreat on the mountaintop, bringing that down into the valley to bring it into your life and live your life knowing that, knowing how you've been able to cultivate that in your life. And that is somebody who has become an authority on the subject of peace of mind and love. Someone who's become an authority, someone who can actually teach it to others. And you may be being asked to do that. Let's just see. Let's find out more, because we've got the world closing the chapter so that a brand new chapter starts in your life, with the divine saying, oh yeah, that's all that the divine had on your life path to kind of knock you around a bit, you know, weathering the storm with relationships, through relationships and situations and events, circumstances. That is going to be something that you have been able to overcome, to graduate from, and now it's time for your life to change as a result. Because if you want your life to change and become the kind of life that is full of purpose, meaning, abundance, prosperity, love, healing, you know, good health, just relationships, that sort of thing, you need to be in this energy. You need to feel like the King of Hearts, the King of Cups in your own home. You know? All right, let's go. The Fool. Yeah, I would say the divine has a brand new beginning for you, for sure. The Magician. Oh my God. This is 5. Well, because, you know, fair enough, I did pull, like I pulled from a major arcana. But there's 4 major arcanas right here. The World, Death, Fool, and then Fool 0, the Magician's number 1. 5 of Wands, there's that chaos and conflict. Could be inner conflict, or it's just like saying that that's, you know, falling by the wayside for you. The World again, definitely a big brand new chapter is opening up for you. The divine has got some real meaning and purpose for you to experience. It's got big plans for you. The Nine of Wands, it's going to make you feel like you're stepping outside of your familiar zone. The King of Swords, seeking the truth. Now this is the one that goes to the mountaintop and gains the wisdom it needs from being able to have that perspective, that higher perspective from the mountaintop. Being able to see what life is really all about down there in the valley. When you have that kind of advantage of being able to see from above, just like a bird, right? Can see from above. It knows exactly how, like when and how fast it needs to go to catch the rodent or whatever that's it spotted from above. It would not have been able to see the rodent if it was down at its level. And so as the King of Swords, the truth seeker that the King of Swords energy is that it's at the top of the mountain. It's gained its wisdom from above. Now it's being asked to go down the mountain into the valley with all that it knows, because it can see what life is truly all about. And life is all about gaining wisdom so that you can come into the valley and offer it through just modeling for others. This is how you live your best version. This is how you live the best version of who you are in this life. You don't have to go around talking to people about it. You don't have to go around telling people about it. You just do it. You model. And then we have the Ace of Cups. Wow. That's like learning to love yourself. Learning you love yourself so that you are, the divine is giving you the opportunity to be able to love your life, because you're learning to love yourself. And that's, you know, with the patience and sowing seeds of love from within yourself, right? 2 of Wands, that's crossroads, making a decision to go this way or that way. 9 of Swords. That is, you know, worry, stress. We got the 5 of Wands, the 9 of Wands, and the 9 of Swords. 7 of Cups. So you're going to have a whole lot of options that you can fantasize about, or actually make a decision and choose one, because you can only choose one. Page of Swords. That's the messenger of messages, right? That's the messenger who looks to the past to see how they can progress forward, to move forward, to speaking their truth, holding their truth high with their sword, right? Speaking their truth. The back of the deck is Ace of Wands. We got the Knight of Pentacles, and we got the 6 of Wands. Victory and success with courage, and then the Chariot. Moving forward, yeah. I would say, now of course this is going to be different for every one of you Taurus people, but you're definitely moving forward to something that you're going to need a lot of courage to do, because you're going to be asked to step outside your comfort zone right here. And that's where this is coming from. You know, okay, so we know that whatever was before is come to an end for you, that you have cultivated, you've developed into a higher resonating person. You know, you're you're developing into a higher version of yourself, okay? As a result of all your, you know, storms in life. I'm just saying, you're going to be someone someone can go to and say, this is what's going on with my life, blah, 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 and you say, you know what, I've been in something similar to that, and they'll say, oh yeah, well, how'd you handle it? Well, you'll go right? And you'll say, well, this is what I did, right? And if no one's asking you anything, it's just that they're watching you, and they're seeing how you're changing, that you've changed, because they've known you from before. And people who don't know you from before, they're just going to experience you as somebody who's just centered, you know, centered in balance and peace, patience. She or he's got so much patience. I mean, at work, let's say, you work at a busy place, a place that has so much going on that comes across your desk, and you're saying, it's another one of those days where I've got to be like an octopus, 8 arms, right? To be able to take care of this, take care of that, take care of this, take care of that, and make sure it's all done before the end of the day, so that I can come back and do it all over again tomorrow. Well, you can either freak out, right, which maybe you had done in the past. Freak out and start saying, I can't do this, maybe throwing a temper tantrum, you know, I can't do this, it's too much to do, I don't get paid enough for this, I didn't sign on for that, you know, that kind of stuff, right? And you've come to the point where you said, this is my job and I can do it. I can do it. I just, you know, need a little help from other people. So I'll delegate if I can, or I'll just ask for some help. Believe it or not, I can ask, right? So you start looking as though you've got your shit together, right? Your shite together, as the Irish say, your shite together. You got your shite together, and you appear to your co-workers and manager and stuff like that you're not going to crumble and get all crazy under pressure while you're under pressure. I remember when I worked at a place called the Crest Hotel in Prince Rupert, British Columbia. I worked for this fantastic, you know, hotel owner. And I was a bookkeeper's assistant. I had an accountant who was basically my boss, and she went on vacation, and I was left to do everything that she would do for that time, 2 weeks that she was gone. And there was a payroll to come up and all that sort of stuff. So now suddenly I've got financial reports. I have to do a lot of input, get financial reports, created to present to, you know, the owner once a month, and payroll to do, and I have just your daily stuff that you do, and it's like, holy moly, I got a lot to do. Okay, where do I start? And I get up out of my chair, I move over to the filing drawers, and I pull out something that I said, I can start with this. And so I pull it out, I get back to my desk, and guess, lo and behold, my manager's actually watching me, because he knows I've got all this stuff that I need to do today. And he later on, I didn't realize it, but he later on said that he was impressed with the level of confidence and patience I showed, even though I was quaking in my boots, right? I was quaking in my boots. I was nervous as all heck, and I wasn't feeling too confident at that moment, because I was feeling like I'm not sure if I can do this, because I'm not even sure if I can do it right, because I've never really had the opportunity to do it very often, but I'm not sure I can even do it. But I did it. I managed everything. I just had help from my accountant. She said when she was going on holidays that I can call her at any time. So I called her, and then whenever something was on the computer that I didn't understand, I called her and said, how do I get past this? Because you know, if you don't fill in something, you can't move on to the next place. Anyways, it all worked out marvelously, and I modeled to my boss that I was totally under control. I had it all under control, even though I didn't feel like I did. So that's what I'm talking about, is that you're going to feel like you're maybe not going to be able to do this, but the divine is going to say, we've got this with you. We got this with you. We got this not for you, but we got this with you. So don't worry, we've got your back. And because this chapter is coming to an end, baby, whether you like it or not, it's coming to an end, and you're going to be very happy with what you're going to see coming into your life, like what your future is going to look like. If you could see your future, you're going to be happy with that. It's going to knock you around like it did me. Knocked me around, gave me headaches. Let me see, sore neck, stiff shoulders, because I was so stressed. I didn't let it show, but I was stressed. I go home at the end of the day and I was just like knotted up. I was knocked over. My mind was so tired. I basically just wanted to go to bed as soon as I got home, because I didn't want to eat. I was just tired, because I knew that the next day I still had more to do. So the King of Swords was saying, you just need to look at it from a higher perspective. You need to be able to see it that you've got what it takes. You have got what it takes. That structure, security, the stability that you gained from weathering the storms of people and relationships. Okay? You've got that. Now you just need to take it into your everyday life and put it into practice. Love your life, irregardless, saying, you know what, I got a big change in my life right now, because the world, right, and the death card, major change and transformation. I have some of these big changes on my plate right now, and either I'm going to, I have the opportunity to either, was there Two of Wands right here? I have the opportunity to either stay in like, I'm paralyzed. I'm paralyzed and I don't know what to do, and maybe I should just scream and start calling off profanities and telling people, I can't do this, I'm not doing that. Or I'm going to take the higher road and I'm going to do what is being required of me to do, because I can do it. Yes, I'm going to lose sleep at night. And yes, I'm going to feel like I'm knocked around. And yes, I'm going to have doubts and worry that I may actually not be able to do what is being asked of me to do. But this losing sleep at night thing is just like that. It would be normal. You're stepping into a different pair of shoes, and it's very unfamiliar to you, and they possibly don't feel right now. They don't feel good right now. But as you really allow your muscles to relax, taking deep breaths, because you're in the energy of patience now. Take those deep breaths and like that. Your muscles, your souls, and they just relaxed, right? And now they're flatter, of course, with the arch, but they're flatter and they're fitting the shoe more properly now than being like this. Okay, so it's just a matter of growing into your shoes through your ability to tap into this energy that you have cultivated in your life. Seven of Cups, now you're going to have so many opportunities. It could be even confusing to you and scary, but you're going to have so many other things coming to you, because you're taking on a brand new, like you're opening up some more doors. You're opening up this door, and it's a big door. It's a double door. It's a big door, whereas all the other doors before were just smaller doors and it was a single door. This one is a big door, double door opening up, and so now you see so much more that's out there as opportunities for you to take advantage of, and to grow even further, take advantage of and achieve more, receive more in this life, you know, prosperously, abundantly. Page of Swords. So this is like you sending out the message to the world. I'm in this energy. This is what I've done in the past. I've cultivated this energy, and I continue to plant seeds of this energy in my life, because I am now like a model, because I've been in the King of Swords. I've seen what life's all about, that how I've had to handle a lot of things, and I grew from it irregardless. It didn't sink me, you know, like the boat being sunk to the bottom of the ocean. It didn't sink me. All those things that the storm was weathering, I was weathering the storm in my boat, I didn't get sunk. I overcame and I conquered, and this is my truth moving forward. Okay, that's my truth moving forward. So if anybody ever wants to know, if they ever ask me, my message is that this is what happened to me, and this is just how I just felt like I had to take on the challenge and not let it kill me, you know, beat me down, kill me. I had to rise above. The Ace of Wands, you know, the Ace of Wands is like another ace, so it's another divine opportunity for you to not only love your life, but be really, really impassioned by your new experiences coming forward as a result of these changes. The Death and the World card, the changes coming around, that it's going to be in the energy of you being able to take things slowly. It's not like you got all these options and suddenly you've got to do this and you got to do that, and I want to do this and I want to do that. No, you're in the energy of patience, remember? So you got to choose one at a time, because you know you never lose the other ones. In fact, the other opportunities, they'll show up a little bit differently the next time, which will be better for you, even better for you than what they're showing up for you right here. Okay, so the Knight of Pentacles is your energy moving forward, and as you know, when you be in this energy moving forward in your life like this, what can I say? You finish. You cross the finish line, and guess which card is next to it? The Six of Wands. You are showing up, and everybody is acknowledging the fact that you are a winner. You know, victory and success. You are a winner. You're somebody of authority. You're someone to look up to, and all these people in the community, they're looking up at you on your horse as you're riding through town, because you've stepped into the energy. Oh geez, which one was it? Yeah, you stepped into the energy of strength and courage. You looked your ego in the eye, which is the lion, right? You're looking at the ego in the eye. Maybe even put your head in their mouth. It depends. But when you looked the ego of reacting in ways that didn't make you feel good and caused more repercussions in your life to people and situations and relationships and events and circumstances, when you decided not to react in those same old ways anymore, you grew some courage to move forward, and we're moving forward at a good speed here, but you can do it at your own pace, because no one can push you into anything anymore, you know, because you're patient, right? You've cultivated patience. No one can actually push you and say, hurry up, do this, do that, do this, do that. You might still have a timeline, or, you know, when you're at work or whatever, you got to get things done. But you're going to be doing it in the energy of, I'll do this, and then I do that, and I do that, and I will surely finish, because it's all about being in the energy of being centered in, like, what do I need to do now? Right now. What do I need to do now? And that's being in a very wise energy. Just like me, I pulled out that piece of air and said, this is what I can do right now. So once I do this, then I'll think about doing the next thing. But I'm going to take care of this first, you know. Six of Wands, victory and success, strength and courage, and then moving forward. You continue to move forward. Balanced. because the Chariot's about being in a balanced energy. And you saying, I'm going, going, going. I'm going, going, going. Does she have a sword in her hand? Kind of looks like it. She's got a sword in her hand. She's got 2 horses here. So she's balanced and she's moving forward. She's progressing forward in life. You're progressing forward in life. You're going to keep moving forward, but in ways that the divine says, you're going to love this. You're going to love it, and you're going to feel very, very impassioned by your life. You're going to love it and you're going to adore it. Okay? So I hope this was helpful to you. Take care of yourself. Bye for now, Taurus.